Many of those people who know me have always known me to be quite a staunch supporter of Raila Amolo Odinga. And yet, I have always claimed not to support him, but his political ideology. But at this point, we as Kenyans must sit back and ask ourselves some very fundamental questions. Because Raila has had a very good stab at the presidency and at making a revolution since the last election. But we have not seen anything come from it. This, number one, began immediately after the elections. When Chebukati made the announcement, he would have gone full throttle and claimed and cried foul, and we would have seen him make a full-fledged revolution. And at that point, people would have been willing to support his claim. Many people, and millions of the people. But he sat back and folded his hands to himself and said nothing and went to court instead. The judicial system also made him cry wolf. But when the judgment was made, he did not take any immediate step except that nice speech that he gave about, oh, I do not agree with the court's decision, oh, the courts and all that he said. He got another chance when he started holding the public rallies, which later culminated into the maandamo. But as smart as Raila Amolo Odinga has politically been, we can all agree that he was played like a child by William Samoei Arap Ruto, Mr. Because I still believe that William Ruto was never the elected president of the Republic of Kenya. So today, Raila Amolo Odinga has had another go after the stalled bipartisan talks, which were never really meant to actually bear any fruits. And I was always telling some of my friends that these talks were not, William Ruto did not intend them to become anything successful. And that is why when you hear people like Babu Owino talking about it, Otiendo Amolo, all they are saying is that the Kenya Kwanza Brigade was never serious with the talks, because that was the mission. And I am going to clarify the mission with simple words, that they were only intended to buy William Samoei Arap Ruto some time. Time for what? I will tell you in a very short time. Now, today, I am of the belief that Raila has lost his political significance as a leader of a revolution that can become any fruitful and valid in international scales. And these are my reasons. Number one, Raila has had all those stabs which he have not gained. So if he was the legitimately elected president, why didn't he go full throttle for it during all those other periods? And this question I am not asking because I do not know the truth, but these are the same questions that the international leaders would be asking him if they had a chance to interview him. Oh, you've cried wolf, but you never went to the streets. You never called your supporters to the streets. So why now? The other issue is Raila's age factor. You know, many of Raila supporters have started taking Raila as some sort of a loudmouth who says too much without acting as much. And before you judge my statement, think about it like this. For all the times Raila has had to reject electoral results, we have never seen him go full throttle. And even when he does, like in 2013, 2017, he comes to a point where he recedes back and secedes and lets the corrupt win. So what makes anybody think that this time round will be any different? Reason number 3 is history has a way of repeating itself. And today, many Kenyans are angry at the government of William Ruto. And if Raila Amolo Odinga was to go full throttle with maandamano, so many people may be willing to take chances. But Kenyans have learned the art of not being politically serious. That is why Kenyans will vote in a rogue president, a rogue deputy, a rogue member of parliament, a rogue governor, a rogue senator, and even a rogue women rep or a rogue member of county assembly. And then you ask them, and they don't care about it. Kenyans are used to suffering. So what makes anybody think that today's Kenyans have changed and they are willing to go full throttle behind Raila Amolo Odinga and probably renegade an ouster for William Samoei Ruto, because an ouster would be the only solution that we would have. All the rest would actually just be PR, mushene, useless talk. Without ousting William Samoei Ruto from the office of the presidency, or rather from the state house, all the rest is mere PR. So the question is Raila ready to do that? In the earlier stages before they began these funny talks, Raila had a very valid point. This election was stolen. Today, does that statement still hold water? Does it still hold water? The question is, in what way would he be judged if he were to stand in a court of law and stand and say that I am holding public rallies because I lost an election illegitimately to Mr. William Samoei Ruto? And the question is, the other factor that have been mentioned is the financial status of the country. The question is whether Raila is ready to go full throttle on an economic revolution. And my answer is no. And I say no with 3 basic reasons. Number 1, Raila is supported by Kenyan tycoons and various sources of economic impunity. And for an economic revolution to happen, total economic change needs to occur where majority of Kenyans are able to put food on the table at the expense of multi-billionaires and trillionaires and millionaires, because those are the people who have the money. They are the people who own the businesses. So the question is Raila ready to wage such a scale of war on some of the people who have been behind him? Of course, me and you know the answer. So the question is, with all those reasons, what is Raila fighting for today? For this and more, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and let us have this conversation. My name is Paul Kuria, Kenya TV. All the best. Lots of love. Thank you.